Welcome to PPP, Power People Podcast from Denmark. Here we meet a broad group of people representing the Danish business life and society.
Everyone who has visited me or been a guest in the podcast where we record in my apartment, they are all like, we want to smuggle it, we want to steal that cat. They're just like, we want to come record the podcast at your home because we want to meet that cat. More and more are getting diagnosed later in life because originally we thought it was only hyperactive boys who got ADHD, and then they would grow out of it when they got older. Now we are learning that a lot of women or girls have ADHD as well. It's not a gender thing. I ended up dropping out completely exhausted. I was crying all the time. I couldn't breathe, and the doctors thought I had asthma, all sorts of things. As soon as I dropped out, the asthma disappeared. I now know it was anxiety attacks. I couldn't put a lid on it anymore. And I've always joked about being ADHD because I was doing so many things. I was involved in everything. Getting these diagnoses has helped me realize that I was living a life that wasn't mine. I've spent so many years living a life that I thought other people expected of me, which made me not happy. If we keep it behind doors, we will make sure that all the bias and stigmatizing stays alive. The more people who talk about it, the more normal it becomes, the more it's just like a personality trait instead of being this thing where we have to be careful what we say or do. As long as you go out and say, I don't know about this thing, can you help me understand it, or can you teach me something, then you have already opened up for learning things. It's meant a lot to me to come back to the university and finish up my degree. First of all, because I spent 5.5 years struggling to complete something that I actually wanted to complete, and I didn't do it, so I felt like a failure for a long time. Now I can say I actually did it, and I did it without anxiety for the exam. How can we make sure that what we are building is actually fit for purpose, meaning that everyone can use it if everyone is supposed to use it? Humor is definitely a coping mechanism, and I think we all need coping mechanisms. The trick is to not let it be a negative coping mechanism. It's really difficult to be mad at someone who just made you laugh. Humor is very important to me. Life is too short to be sad about everything that happened. I need to be able to laugh at everything. It's not like we get marked when we get out from the psychiatrist and then put into a fenced-in area with all the other autistic people, and then you hear David Attenborough in the speakers being like, an autistic person in his natural habitats trying to get a boyfriend by throwing out weird facts about grass or something. I finally found a hairdresser who is just as crazy as me, so I can just go in and say, do something fun. One of the best parts about having funky hair is all the kids that when they see you, they just, oh my God, that hair is so amazing. I got into computer science because I was told women can't code. I was like, of course we can. Everybody fucks up and do things that doesn't work out for them, but then we learn from it, and then is it really a fuck up? I truly think I did the biggest fuck up to myself by not pursuing what I wanted, which is why I want to make sure that people talk to each other about their experiences. I don't want people to go through what I went through because I didn't listen to myself. It's taking a lot to learn from the mistakes I did to myself, and there are some damage done that I can't fix. ADHD people, especially if they don't know they have it, cope with alcohol or drugs or spending money they don't have because it gives them that thrill, the dopamine that the brain doesn't provide for them. There's a tendency for people with ADHD to seek out more dangerous sports or career paths because it gives them that thrill.